Hey you guys, before I got into the video, I just wanted to talk briefly about my new ebook, Zodiac Signs, Sex Language. Whether you're looking to improve your sex life and your dating life, or if you're just looking to expand your knowledge about astrology, this is definitely the right book for you. This book is meant to help you improve your sex life, your dating life, and your love life, your relationships, and to spice it up in the bedroom if need be, or to just once again help you learn more about astrology. So if you're interested in any of these things, if you're interested in learning about the different love languages and the different sex languages of the zodiac signs, definitely look into getting this book, Zodiac Signs, Sex Language, written by me, edited by me, and designed by me, Lamarr Townsend. So you can purchase this ebook on my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com, or you can purchase it on Amazon, on the Amazon Kindle ebook store, all right? Or just amazon.com. All right, into the video we go. Thank you for listening and watching. The 3 stages of Capricorn: the goat, the sea goat, and the mountain goat. So we all talk about, the 3 stages of Scorpio, but did you know that each zodiac sign actually has 3 evolutionary stages, okay? So for Capricorn, it's the goat, the sea goat, and the mountain goat. The Capricorn at the first stage, as the goat is in a very raw form, okay? It has not yet realized the benefit of spirituality and seeking validation inside of oneself, and not less so outside of oneself. So what I mean by that is that Capricorn at the first stage, Capricorn at the goat stage, puts a lot of emphasis, a lot of validation on materialism. So they tend to put a lot of their self-worth and their validation in money, or anything that they own. It can also extend to their relationships, their family relationships and things like that. It's no wonder that Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is considered the father of the zodiac, and the father is always the one that kind of wants to keep things together and takes pride more so in how the family actually looks rather than anything else. Whereas Cancer, the moon, the mother of the zodiac, is more so concerned with the emotions of the family and kind of the glue that keeps everything together, which is the emotion, right? But Capricorn at the Scorpion stage has not yet realized the benefit of emotion, for that matter. Capricorn at this stage, can be very prone to pessimism, because they tend to not be so open-minded. They tend to be very kind of one-track minded. They tend to be very, success has to happen this way. This is the way that I was taught it has to happen. So, Capricorns at this stage can actually be prone to repeating certain mistakes, that their family has made, repeating certain generational curses, or, repeating social conditioning that they learned from their family, which isn't best for them. Capricorn, for example, at this stage, if they were brought up in a religious family, not to say religion's bad, but, they were brought up in a religious family, Capricorn secretly, intuitively, at the depths of who they are, is actually a creative and, likes a whole different, array of, inspiration, artistic things, and music, secular music. And of course, when you grow up in a religious family, secular music and, certain inspirations are not condoned, but, for a Capricorn at this stage, that is crucially detrimental, to their creativity, to their lifeline, to their livelihood. A Capricorn's creativity, their mind, their ability to create something out of nothing is where a Capricorn's true power is found. Now, at this stage, Capricorn doesn't yet see that. All right, Capricorn is, like I said, much more bound down by its earthly, pleasures, its earthly wiles and desires, its earthly things that it's been conditioned to believe are true. Now, we also have to remember that Capricorn is also, the land, the resources, earth. And with earth, there come certain laws that you have to abide by and certain structures, right? So even with that, like a Capricorn at this stage can be bound down by certain structures, family structures, governmental structures. Capricorn cannot yet see what lies ahead. Capricorn cannot yet see what is outside of the realm of their limited view at this stage. A Capricorn really has to, at this stage, learn the benefit of detaching themselves from what doesn't serve them. And at this stage, the first stage, the goat stage, it can be hard to see what's not serving you, because at this stage, Capricorns can be asleep. Capricorns can be, like I was saying, just very, very earthly based, earthly bound based, focused on their earthly goals, focused on their goals for the purpose of money, for the purpose of materialism, for the purpose of just, having some type of recognition or reputation, but not for the necessary reasons, which we'll get into with the second stage of Capricorn, which is the sea goat. Now, at this stage, Capricorn has been a sea goat, the whole time. Sea goat meaning half goat, half fish, right? That's what the Capricorn is actually symbolized as, is half goat, half fish. But within the first stage, Capricorn's not too in tune with their fishtail, meaning they're not too in tune with their emotions. They're not too in tune with their spirituality or their intuitiveness. Now, this doesn't have to necessarily be the Capricorn's fault. In a lot of ways it can be, but remember, in the first stage, Capricorn is dealing with its social conditioning from when it was young, from the family it grew up in, and sometimes Capricorns don't grow up in the best families. I have to be honest, they grow up in families where they kind of have to grow themselves up, and growing yourself up, it teaches you independence, it teaches you certain things, but you also don't get necessary things that you need to learn at a young age to be grown in a more spiritual and emotionally mature way as well, which at this stage the Capricorn sea goat is starting to grow into. It's starting to grow into its emotional maturity. It's starting to grow in its spirituality. It's realizing now at this stage that there's more to life than money, and there's more to life than recognition, fame, or earthly earthly, what's the word? Earthly desires. There's more to life, and at this stage, Capricorn is starting to tap into its intuition, which may lead it outside of its comfort zones, which can be quite scary for a Capricorn at first. But once a Capricorn gets used to this stage and they transition into this stage, quite comfortably, they get used to being in this stage. Now, a Capricorn at this stage, is starting to become more hopeful of their future. They're starting to see possibility of their future, right? The possibility of it to manifest into their life, and not just from a standpoint of wanting it from a materialistic standpoint, but more so from a spiritual standpoint. Capricorn at the second stage, the sea goat stage, is starting to tap into its spirituality. Capricorn is starting to see, there's more to life than waking up and getting money. We should all wake up, and love what we do. We should all wake up and want to be better than we were before at what we do. We should all wake up and serve the world, seek to serve the world, and make the world a better place. That's essentially how you, gain a reputable reputation. That's how you gain a reputable status in society. That's a lot of times how you gain, financial security in a lot of ways, is not by seeking those things, but by seeking some type of spiritual benefit. Does that make sense? By seeking some type of thing that's bigger than you. So it's not just, oh, I'm doing this job for money. Oh, I'm doing this job because I love it. I'm doing this job because, it allows me to utilize my creativity. It allows me to tap into my spirituality. It allows me to, make the world a better place. It no longer is about materialistic values, and it's more so about intrinsic values. It's more so about spiritual values. All right. Going back to the family, kind of thing I was saying, it's no longer about how the family looks, it's actually how the family functions, okay? it's no longer about, sitting at the table, at night and eating dinner, just because it's a traditional thing that you do, it's a routine, Saturn, right? Routine, tradition. No, that's a moment for you to connect with your family, to, make sure that the structure between your family stays strong. This is Capricorn in the moment. This is not, the first stage of Capricorn. You find Capricorns, like I was saying, they're very pessimistic. They tend to be depressed at the first stage, or prone to pessimism and, depression at the first stage. And this is because a lot of times they're in their head. They're frustrated because they're not seeing their wishes and their desires come to fruition. And it's a big part of the reason is because they're not tapped into their spirituality, their spiritual essence, their emotional essence in the first stage. But at this stage, the second stage, the sea goat stage of being a Capricorn has tapped into this part of themselves. So life starts to blossom, life starts to become beautiful. Suddenly Capricorn finds themselves in new environments, new opportunities present themselves to Capricorn. And Capricorn tends to operate less from a place of the cerebral, less from a place of the, the mental, the methodical, the calculative, and more from a place of the heart chakra, more from a place of the intuition, operating from that place at the sea goat stage. And Capricorn at the sea goat stage, definitely has moments of going back to the first stage. It's not easy. You can take the goat out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the goat. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's the thing. Capricorns already have the mastery of the earthly realm. All right, but the thing about Capricorns is mastering their emotions and mastering that spiritual nature. Now, you have to master your emotions kind of before you master the spiritual nature. But, that's what Capricorn is working towards at the second stage, is mastering their spiritual nature and their emotional nature, okay? Because I have to be honest, the first stage, a lot of times their emotions have been, ruling them. And that's not always a good thing, especially when you don't have control over your emotions. You don't even know what you feel a lot of the times, because you can be so one-track minded on achieving a certain materialistic goal and thinking that materialistic goal is going to solve all your problems. This is Capricorn in the first stage. And Capricorn in the second stage, after going through a lot of, upheaval, trials and tribulations, going through a lot of karmic cycles, situations, where they just draw the same thing over to them over and over again until they learn the lessons. Capricorn realizes then that, okay, I've been going after the wrong things for the wrong reasons, or maybe you haven't been going after the wrong things, but you've been going after something for the wrong reasons, right? It becomes less about seeking something for its material benefit and more so about seeking something for its benefit that it has on you, all right? Which is the most important thing at the end of the day. Now, Capricorn at the mountain goat stage. Now, at this stage, Capricorn has reached the top of the mountain. I mean, Capricorn at this stage has learned all the lessons that it needed to learn to, get to the top of the mountain. You don't get to the top of the mountain by, being a dumb goat. You don't get to the top of the mountain by being, a weak goat, right? You have to be strong and you have to be smart. But you don't get strong and you don't get smart, by just being born, right? Now that can be debated. Some people are born smart and strong, but, through life we have to go through certain things, Now, that's not to say that, a 12-year-old could have gone through their sea goat stage, already, versus a 45-year-old who still may be in their goat stage. Age isn't really anything but a number with a Capricorn, but a Capricorn takes a while for a Capricorn to get to the mountain. All right, now it's definitely possible for a Capricorn to reach the mountain before they reach 40. All right, or before they reach 20. Life treats us differently, right? We all have different circumstances that we have to deal with, but a Capricorn who has reached the mountain has learned to detach. All right, detach its emotions, detach its desire for earthly, wants and wishes, and instead to attach itself to what is most important. All right, and that is servicing the world, making the world a better place, utilizing your talent, your skills, your platform, all right, that at this point you've built. I mean, you're at the top of the mountain. You own the mountain at this point. You have some type of platform, right? You have some type of voice, you know, to use, right, at this stage. So Capricorn at this stage knows how to use its voice, knows how to use its talents, knows how to use its creativity to enact change in the world. You know, Capricorn as a mountain goat can employ people. Capricorn as a mountain goat can instruct people and mentor people, because it's been where other people have been before. It's been where other people, you know, seek to go. You know, a lot of people want to get to the top of the mountain, but it's not easy getting to the top of the mountain. Trust me, as a Capricorn myself, all right? But a Capricorn at the mountain goat stage has gone through a lot of life lessons, and you know, it's you know, it's a beautiful thing to get to the mountain goat stage where, you know, you can look above, you know, the terrain. You can look above the city, you know, and it's just an exhilarating moment, you know, unless you're afraid of heights, right? But you know, it's just a wonderful thing to be at the top of that mountain and to really be appreciative and humble about it, you know. And no, I have to say that, you know, Capricorn at the goat stage would not be able to handle being at the top of the mountain, right? You know, the Capricorn at the mountain goat stage has definitely learned the lessons it needs to learn. It's probably gone through its Saturn return at that point, you know, and you know, it's done good at that point. You know, it's done some good in the world, you know. Now, the interesting thing is that, you know, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn rules karma. So I would have to say that a Capricorn at the top of the mountain is also a Capricorn who's really worked to clear their karma, to really work to right their karma, all right? So to bring good karma on their side, right? It's also learned the benefit of karma, all right, and the importance of karma. So it's learned what battles to not fight, which battles are worth fighting, and how to fight certain battles, you know, because, you know, karma will come back to you, all right? And karma is a... never mind, all right? But karma's also, you know, karma can also be really, really good. You know, karma can be really, really sweet to you at the same time. So, you know, it takes a while for a Capricorn to get to the top of the mountain, but once a Capricorn gets to the top of the mountain, nothing can faze them. Like the Scorpio when it becomes a phoenix, you know. Life becomes more peaceful, you know, they become more secure, and not just secure in what they've attained, not just secure in what they've learned, you know, what they've acquired, not just, you know, materialistically, but knowledge-wise and things like that, but also just at this point they're secure within themselves. They're really secure within themselves, and it's taken a long time to get there, all right? So when a Capricorn gets to the top of the mountain, gets to that third stage, and remember, when you transition from each stage, you know, it's not an easy transition. You know, you're gonna have learning, you know, curves, you're gonna have bumps in the road, but we all get to that point where we make that smooth transition, and you know, we're in there like swimwear. Okay, so if you would like to elaborate, contact me on my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. All right, I would love to read for you, and I would love to, you know, chat. All right, so if you would like to get a birth chart reading, a psychic tarot reading, you know, I would love to chat with you about those things and those things only. Okay, so I do birth chart readings, individual birth chart readings, compatibility birth chart readings, where I look at the overall compatibility between you and another person, love compatibility, where I focus on the love aspects such as the Venus, the Mars, the Moon, the Mercury, the, you know, 7th and the 5th house, which are my favorite houses, you know. Yeah, and I also do birth chart readings for your business, birth chart readings for children, and so much more. I do individual psychic tarot readings on the phone and Skype, which are more expensive. I do video readings where I record myself doing your video or your reading, and then I email it back to you via Google Drive. I do Facebook and Skype, or Facebook and Instagram readings, and so much more. So check all of those out on my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. Also, please like this video, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the bell next to the subscribe button. so that you get a notification whenever I upload a new video, or I believe it's next to the subscribe button. It should be. Also, please like me on my Facebook, facebook.com/Lamarr Townsend official, or just type in Lamarr Townsend Tarot in the search bar. And also please like or follow me on my Instagram at Lamarr Townsend, where I do daily tarot cards of the day, oracle cards of the day, and so much more. So I can't wait to hear from you. Keep in touch. Catch you in the next video. Namaste, love, and light. Have you been wanting to get a reading from me? Well, it's easy. Let's go through it together. So all you do is you visit my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com, and you can visit the site on your computer or on your phone, and you click the store button right here at the top of the page, and here are all my services that I offer. I do candle offerings and all different types of birth chart readings and psychic tarot readings, messages from your spirit guides, and so much more. So you click the one that you want, you click the Pay with PayPal button, and it'll take you to the PayPal page where you can pay for your reading. Now, you'll hear from me within 24 hours, for your reading confirmation, and then I'll get your reading back to you within a 48-hour period. Usually, it's, a day or less, okay? So I look forward to reading for you. Thank you for your support.